Have you ever wondered why so many of us stay stuck in our comfort zone? We know deep down that change is needed, and maybe we want to start a new career or launch a business, or maybe we have a big life decision in front of us. But somehow we hesitate. We wait. We tell ourselves maybe later, or when the time is right, I'll make a change. Hmm. But here's the question. If not now, when? What's really holding you back? The comfort zone, that safe, familiar place, feels like a warm, cozy blanket curled up next to a fireplace with your favorite book and a mug of coffee. It feels safe. It feels familiar. It's where our routines keep us cozy and predictable. Psychologists call it a place of psychological safety, where uncertainty and risk feel minimized. But here's the catch. Comfort zones aren't just about feeling safe. They often hold us hostage to fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These fears create invisible barriers, stopping us from taking the leap into growth, possibility. So, what does it mean to take the leap? It's more than just making a change. It's choosing to move forward despite fear, despite it being uncomfortable. It's stepping out of the comfort zone and into the discomfort of growth. And in that discomfort of growth, that's where real transformation happens. Let's explore what we're really sacrificing when we stay comfortable and cozy. On the surface, comfort feels good, but underneath, staying stuck means missing out on so much opportunities for growth, for fulfillment, for new experiences. If you stay curled up by the fireplace with that book and a mug of coffee for too long, you can't stay there forever. And if you stay there too long, the world outside is passing you by. So think about this. How many dreams have been put on hold because the risk just seemed to be too much? How many passions have been dimmed or missed by the fear of failing? There's an emotional toll too. Staying in your comfort zone can lead to frustration, sense of stagnation, even regret. Imagine yourself in your 90s and you're looking back at your life and you see the places where you let fear rob you of fulfilling your highest potential, of accomplishing things that you'd only dreamed of and you could have done it. Imagine the regret. Here's a real life example. I know someone who dreamed of starting her own business, but she stayed in a job that she disliked for years and years, because it was safe. And when she finally decided to take that leap, she found not only success, but a renewed sense of joy and purpose. And she regretted the years that she had let pass before taking that leap. So here's a quick question for you. What's one thing you've postponed because it felt risky? One thing you've put off because it just feels too scary. Take a moment to really think about it. Now, let's start with a simple reflection. Just close your eyes for a moment and think about a change you've been considering. Maybe it's a big change. Maybe it's small. No matter what, just notice what feelings come up when you think about taking that step. Is there excitement, fear, doubt, resistance, whatever you're feeling, just know it's normal. And it's an important signal. It signals that you're on the edge of growth. You're standing right at the boundary of your comfort zone, ready to open the door and step out of the comfort zone into the new possibilities waiting for you. One of the biggest misconceptions that holds people back is that idea that you have to feel ready. I'm not ready. Perfectly prepared, confident, without fear before you can make a move. But here's the reality. You rarely feel fully ready. Who does? I mean, think about the moments when you did make big changes in your life. Maybe you started a new job. Maybe you started a business, or you moved, or you started a relationship, or a new project. Did you feel completely prepared and fearless? Probably not. More than likely, you felt scared or anxious or uncertain, and yet you did it anyway. Fear and readiness can coexist. Readiness isn't the absence of fear. It's deciding to move forward despite fear. So, how do you know if you're ready? Here are some signs. 1, you think about the change often. It keeps coming up in your mind. Even if it feels uncomfortable, it just keeps coming up. This means your desire for growth or something better is stronger than your hesitation. It's a good sign. Secondly, you feel restless or stuck in your current situation. It's not fulfilling you anymore. That discomfort is a push from your inner self that it's time. It's time for the next step. It's time to move forward. Third, you start imagining what life could be like after the change. Even vague or small ideas start showing up in your mind of what that could look like. It just shows you that your mind is warming up to the possibility. And fourth, you begin taking small, sometimes unconscious steps, like maybe you research your options, or maybe you talk to your friends about it, or you start mentally rehearsing your next moves. Those are all signals that you're ready. Let me share a quick story with you. Some years ago, I felt very stuck and restless in my office manager role. I found myself bored with the work. It didn't inspire me. It didn't fulfill me. I finished my work way ahead of deadlines and then just watched the clock for 5 o'clock. I knew I was meant for more. I dreamed of starting a coaching business, but I was paralyzed by fear. I told myself, I'm too old to start a business and I'll just stay in this job until I retire. I mean, at least I have a steady paycheck and benefits. And besides that, I don't even have what it takes to make money on my own. But I kept thinking about it every day. And I imagined how wonderful it would be to be my own boss, set my own hours, have a bigger impact on others. And finally, I heard my boss in the other room one day saying to the people in the other room, she was telling a story about her and her husband trying to make a decision. And she said, if not now, when? And I heard her say that, if not now, when? It hit me like a lightning bolt. It just rang like a bell inside my spirit, like calling me. It's time. If not now, when? So finally, I started with a tiny step. I researched coach training schools. That was my first step. And that led me to talking to a couple of coaches. And finally, I took the leap and I enrolled in a coach training school, got certified, and began coaching. One client, then two, then three, then four. And my confidence built as I went along. I wasn't ready when I took that leap and signed up for that training. I didn't feel ready, but I was ready. My willingness to take imperfect action made all the difference. That experience taught me that growth begins with small steps, and courage is built through action. not waiting for the perfect moment. Here's a little secret. The perfect moment, it never comes. Growth begins with small steps, and courage is built through action. Perfect timing is a myth, right? It traps so many people in procrastination, waiting for the right moment, and that often will just lead to indefinite delay, delay after delay after delay. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. And the months and the years go by. The stars don't always align, and conditions, they may not be ideal. But the simple truth is, the best time to start is now, with what you have and where you are. You've got that nudge. It keeps coming to you. It keeps coming up into your mind. You keep imagining it. Now's the time. Start with what you have and where you are. Taking imperfect action today will move you closer than waiting for a perfect tomorrow that never comes. Motivation is powerful. So you might say, I'm not motivated. And it's powerful, but it's also unreliable. Some days you're going to feel excited and energized and ready to go. And then other days, you might feel tired or overwhelmed, doubtful. That's normal. This is where commitment steps in. It's commitment that will get you through all of that. Commitment is a choice. It's just a choice. It's a promise to yourself to keep going, regardless of how you feel. Think of it like when you show up to exercise to do your workout. You might not always feel motivated. I know I don't. But you commit to doing this. You commit to the habit because you know it serves your bigger goal. It's good for you. It's going to bring you results if you keep going, if you stay committed. So, some tips about building that readiness. You want to start with micro steps, tiny, manageable actions that feel doable every day. For example, spend 2 minutes visualizing yourself succeeding. Write down one small action. Writing it down makes it real. Research a tool or a resource or a training you could take. Reach out to a mentor or a friend or a coach for help. These small steps build momentum and confidence. Action creates confidence and momentum. And those small micro steps will turn your big goals into achievable actions. Small micro steps lead to big changes. That's how we get there, one step at a time. So take a moment right now. Think about your goal or the change you want to make. What is one micro step you could take today, right now? It can be as simple as sending an email, writing a paragraph, making a phone call. Write it down, say it out loud, and then commit to doing it before the day ends. Remember, readiness isn't about waiting until everything's perfect. It's about choosing courage over comfort, commitment over fear, and making one small step forward today. Today. So before we dive into the next part here, I want you to take a moment and think about a time when fear stopped you from taking the step that you really wanted to take. Maybe it was a career change or starting a new project or even speaking up for yourself. What was that feeling like? What thoughts ran through your mind in that moment? Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. It can protect us, but it can also trap us if we let it. So let's unpack what's really going on when fear shows up, especially as you are considering stepping into something new, stepping out of your comfort zone and taking that leap. There are three core fears that usually hold people back: the fear of failure, fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown or uncertainty. So let's take these one at a time. Fear of failure. That's often the loudest fear, isn't it? The thought of failing can be so overwhelming that we'd rather stay safe than risk looking like we didn't succeed or feeling like we didn't succeed. But here's the truth: failure isn't final, it's feedback. It's a lesson. That's all it is. A stepping stone on the path to growth. When you reframe failure this way and look at it as a friend instead of a foe, it becomes your teacher. It propels you forward. Failure is not anything to be feared. That's how we learn and grow. Many of us worry about what others will think. That brings in the fear of judgment. Will they criticize us? Will they lose respect? Will they think we're crazy? That pressure to maintain a certain image can be paralyzing. But remember, people's opinions about us are often more about their own fears and their own biases than it is about us and what we're doing. Other people's opinions are not your business. They rarely have anything to do with you at all. And you can't really control people's opinions about you. So just let them have that opinion and you move on to your next step. Don't let other people's opinions hold you back from your destiny and fulfilling your greatest calling on this earth. And then the third fear is the fear of uncertainty, the unknown. Stepping into something new means leaving behind what's familiar. The unknown can feel like a dark forest. We can't see our way. We don't know what's going to happen. But growth doesn't happen in the familiar, in the comfort zone. It happens in uncertainty. Learning to tolerate and even embrace uncertainty is the key to making big changes. Look at it with excitement. It's an adventure. We don't know what's going to happen. Nobody can predict the future. But look at it like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen. Now, here's a powerful mindset shift to help you with fear. Think of it this way. Fear is actually a sign that you're growing. Yeah, it's not anything to be ashamed of. It's a sign that you're growing. Think about a baby learning to walk. Each step is uncertain, scary, full of risk. But that fear means they're pushing boundaries. They're stretching, they're learning, they're trying something new, and they're building their muscles and gaining their balance. They want something bigger. They want to reach the top of the table or climb those stairs or get up on the couch and see what's up there. It's the same way for us stepping into something new. We feel fear naturally before taking a leap. But when you feel that fear, it means you're on the edge of growth. You're pushing a boundary. You're reaching for something higher. Instead of trying to eliminate fear, just learn to recognize it. It's a compass. It's pointing you toward your next breakthrough. So I want to give you 4 strategies to manage fear. Number 1, acknowledge and accept fear. When fear shows up, don't fight it or try to ignore it. Instead, say to yourself, I feel fear, I'm afraid, but that's okay. It means that I'm stretching. It means that I'm growing. And by naming it, you take some of that power away. When you look at fear and you say, I'm feeling fear, it's here, it's real. But you know what? It means that I'm growing. Number 2, build a support system. Share your fears with trusted friends or a coach or a mentor. When you speak your fears out loud, it takes away their power. They lose some of their hold on you because now they're outside of your head and out in the open. Others can also offer you encouragement or maybe advice or maybe a different perspective. Number 3, take small, consistent actions. Big leaps are scary, right? So break your goals down into very tiny little micro steps. Do one small thing, and every time you do that, even when it's scary, it'll build your confidence and the fear will shrink. Its grip on you will fade away. And number 4, use visualizations and mental rehearsal. See yourself in that place. Imagine that you're there successfully doing what it is that you want to do, successfully taking that next step, successfully overcoming all the obstacles. Picture yourself feeling proud and accomplished and excited. This mental practice prepares your brain for success. It already thinks it's happening. When you picture, this is what visualization does. Your brain doesn't know that it hasn't happened yet. When you're picturing it and imagining it, your brain's like, oh, we're there. And it starts to bring to you opportunities and open doors and showing you ideas of things to do. It's amazing. Let me tell you about Sarah, a client of mine who struggled with fear before leaving a safe 13-year-long job where she had a very highly specialized position to find something that fulfilled her passion for creativity because she felt so stifled, so bored with what she was doing. She was terrified. She feared failing. She feared what her husband would think if she told him she wanted to look for a different job or start a business or find something else. She feared leaving her current company in the lurch because her skills were so specialized. She didn't think they could find somebody else to take her place, and she didn't want to let them down. That fear was so strong that some days all Sarah wanted to do was crawl back into bed, throw the covers over her face, and hide rather than make a move. So we worked together to reframe that fear. And instead, finally, she was able to see it. Instead of seeing it as a stop sign, she began to see it as a signpost, showing her that she was growing. Here's the next step. Here's the next step. She started small by calling a colleague that she knew in her industry. He had a small company, and she called him to see if he had any contacts in the field or maybe suggestions for her. And to her surprise, he offered her a job in his small company, which gave her the opportunity for creativity that she so craved. She was stepping out from behind a computer into a design role, being on the job and on the site, and being able to bring creative, innovative ideas to his business. She also had flexible hours. Now she could spend more time with her family. That small step helped reduce her fear and gave her the courage to take the step to leave the comfort zone. And today, Sarah is thriving in her new role, growing her skills, helping the business grow, having more time for her family. Her health has improved. Her mood is like changed 360 degrees. It's like, well, I should say 180 degrees, right? It's the complete opposite. She's happy. She's fulfilled. And so glad that she did take that leap, even despite the fear. Now, I want you to think, what's one fear holding you back right now? Name it silently or say it out loud. Write it down. Write it down. What is that one fear? Give it a name. Now, try reframing it. What might that fear be telling you about your potential for growth, for the possibilities that are out there in front of you? If fear is a sign that we are growing, what is this fear telling you? And how could it serve you as a signpost or a compass pointing you forward? Fear is not a wall. It's a doorway. And when you learn to walk through the doorway, step by step, you'll unlock your greatest potential. So remember, the goal isn't to never fear, but to build courage through the fear, despite of the fear. Build the courage by taking one step forward and another step and another step. Now that we've talked about the readiness and overcoming fear, let's focus on taking action, that crucial first leap out of your comfort zone. Big goals can be overwhelming, we know, but the key is to break them down into manageable, bite-sized steps. Instead of trying to do everything at once, identify one small action you can take today or this week. That might be sending an email, researching a course, making a phone call like Sarah did, or writing down your ideas. Next, build accountability into your process. Share your goal or your micro step with somebody that you trust, a friend or a mentor, a coach. And even starting a journaling practice where you track your progress will help keep you accountable. Accountability keeps you motivated and it makes it easier to actually follow through. It's been proven. So remember to celebrate along the way every small win. Did you send that email? Yay! Did you make a call? Good for you. Did you spend 5 minutes visualizing success? Give yourself a high five. Way to go. Celebrate it. These small wins build momentum. They boost confidence and they create positive energy that'll help keep you going. So let's recap what we've covered today. Staying in the comfort zone comes with hidden costs, missed opportunities, regret, stagnation. Readiness isn't about perfection. It's about choosing to move forward despite the fear. Fear isn't your enemy. It's a sign that you're growing, and managing it with mindset shifts and support helps you to break through. Finally, taking action, even small steps, that's how you create real change. So here's my challenge to you today. What is one leap you commit to today? One small step can lead to a big leap. It can be a tiny step or a bold move, just something that pushes you forward. I invite you to take a moment after this presentation to reflect and journal about your leap. Write down what you're committing to and how you'll hold yourself accountable. And if this message resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear it today. Your support could be the spark that helps them take their own leap. If you'd like more tools, encouragement, or to connect with me, I would love for you to follow me or reach out. Or even better, click the link below to join my Facebook group, Coaches Who Speak. Remember, your moment is now. The leap is yours to take.